Okay, welcome back. Today's video we're going to be looking at G2 as they have recently dropped or at least benched kennyS, and they've brought back JaCkz back into the roster, who was on the bench, and moved NiKo onto the AWP. So kind of an interesting move. Um, I mean, yeah. So they really have no AWPer now. Well, I guess NiKo is the AWPer now. That's the point. But since he was so good with the rifles, it seems like everyone on the team now is a really good rifler. And then I guess we'll see how the NiKo to the AWP works. I think ultimately it makes sense, this decision, in terms that kennyS has really been underperforming. So it looks like they pull off the defuse there. We'll mainly be sticking with the NiKo POV, but I guess if he dies or something else interesting happens, we can look around, capture some of the more important moments. But really, I just want to see how NiKo does. So as you can see, he's not really playing. He didn't really perform that well in this map. I mean, overall, I think he had a pretty average series, but he's got 4 kills and we're on round 17 at the moment. But ultimately, why I think it maybe makes sense is like, I mean, just NiKo is so good. Like, just in terms of talent, skills in the game, if anyone can become a top tier AWPer, I think NiKo can definitely do it. So it's probably not going to like work in like instantly. There's obviously going to be some time that's going to take to transition into the role. I mean, I know he's on phase. He used to like to AWP on CT, and like when you watch him play FPL, he likes to AWP as well. He's he's good at the game. I think there's a bit of an understatement. Like he's phenomenal at the game. Like, or one of the best players in the world. And Kenny, like, he's just, I guess he's just not being good enough. And when you bring NiKo into the team for big money, I don't think Kenny's level has been up to it. It's two nice scout shots. Like, I don't think it's ever going to be a question of skill with NiKo. Like, he's got the skills. So it's just going to be getting used to it. He's the type of player that's gonna tap. Like, he's really precise with the AK. He's always gonna go for the tap shots, the head shots. Good with pistols, good with everything really. So makes sense that he's gonna be good with the best gun in the game in the AWP. And sometimes it's that simple. Like, you just give the AWP, give you the best gun to the best player. Just line up a top mid smoke, top mid molly that he can throw when window smoke like this. Very nice flash. Good line up there. This is going to get peeked. 3v3, Amanek on the site. Two v two now. And I guess more good news is that JaCkz just fitted back into the lineup with, you know, no issue at all. Like, he had a very good game in this map in particular, so in some ways it's probably, this should have been the move. I don't know, maybe it shouldn't have been the move, but like the rest of the team back when it was the kennyS, JaCkz, Amanek, no NiKo, like it would make more sense just to replace Kenny rather than go through this replace Amanek or replace JaCkz for NiKo and then have Kenny and NiKo, because oh shit. Yeah, like I was saying, maybe it should have been Kenny the one that gets replaced. Just in terms of the team makeup, it is like they're real role players, JaCkz and Amanek, like real just your entry duo. And to take your entry fragger and replace him with like a lurk type player in NiKo, who really is, like, sometimes he's in with the main pack, but he's never going the one that's first in. Well, not never, but he shouldn't be the one that's first in. With his skill, his ability to clutch. Okay, that's a bad whiff. For yeah, on the AWP. Interesting that the name of the AWP, Nexus AWP, is drop for Ken. Oh wait. Um, maybe a bit too soon to be making jokes about kicking kicking Kenny out of the roster. So also on Inferno, the previous map of this series, NiKo was still like a B player. And that really I think that's smart because like you don't want to be changing it up too much, your spots and everything, just to force the NiKo onto the AWP now. And it was actually Amanek who picked up the AWP on the A side. So, and yeah, with this team now, I think you can be a bit more flexible about who AWPs and where, since NiKo is such a good B player, and that's such a key position on the map. It really makes sense to just keep the spots the way they are. And then on the T side, I think kennyS really picked up the AWP anyway. NiKo did a couple times, but he didn't get much impact out of it, so he just went back to the rifles. But I thought that was quite interesting, and I do think this can work. There's maybe a bit of skepticism about the move. NiKo's definitely one that's going to get his own way in the team. But ultimately, he's doing this because he wants to win, and they haven't been winning, so he's obviously going to do whatever he thinks, and the team's going to do whatever they think they have the best chance of winning. And like I said, Kenny had definitely been underperforming for a while. And like, I love Kenny. He's a great player, great talent. He's been so good for so long. Just an eco round. So NiKo's still on 6 frags after that scout round. So yeah, he not a lot of impact really. And we've seen him whiff a couple of shots. We've also seen, I mean, he hit a couple of nice shots with the scout. And it seems to be, especially on the T side, it seems like teams are less and less inclined to. I mean, I guess it depends on what AWP you have on your team, but there are certainly teams, like I mentioned with kennyS, that just don't pick up the AWP on the T side. They prefer to be more of a um, like more of a cohesive unit, and sometimes AWPing can be a little bit on the T side, can be a bit slow, a bit arduous compared to just rifling. And there are just certain maps that favor themselves to AWPing and certain ones that don't. So like Vertigo and Inferno, Nuke even. Sometimes you don't need an AWP. Maybe an AWP would slow you down too much. So I do like that also in the sense that they can be a bit more dynamic. Another whiff shot. I think he probably could have took his time more with that one. He really just, like, there was no way Hampus was going to kill him that quickly just crossing. He kind of just saw and shot. Like, tried to hit the flick. And I think those types of things, they will come, you know, with experience. We also saw where he peaked default on A from CT, and he just flat out missed. And just getting used to all those the angles and where you should be holding. Like should you be holding for the wide swing, or what kind of, maybe you should be holding a tighter angle. Those are the types of things transitioning to an AWP. Yeah, those are the types of things that transitioning to AWP. I mean, hopefully they'd be somewhat good at it, otherwise why? But I think it's definitely, it's not an outrageous decision. Maybe some people are overreacting in the community a little bit about how that goes, how it's going. But I think we've definitely mentioned some good positives about the change. Mainly kennyS not performing, so they kind of had to. Getting JaCkz back into the lineup, who's a really good entry player, role player in the team. Kind of seemed a bit unfair that he was the one to get kicked out. That's fucking nice. Wow. Just did the same peek twice and just deleted 2 people. On for the ace now. He knows where the last one is. Looks like he's just gonna play it safe, pick up the AWP, hold the rotate. Round 27, 6 frags still. Ah. I also made a like a couple of weeks ago. I made a comment. I mean a video where I made the prediction about how he keeps going for this connector play with the AWP, and that's about the third time it hasn't worked out. Luckily, his team's been good enough to fight back into the rounds, so we'll see how this one goes, but it's now a 3v5. Yeah, but like I was saying, is I made a video about how Rops would be the #1 rifler over NiKo, who has been the #1 rifler. And since now NiKo is an AWPer, and the game before this one, Rops dropped 80 kills in the best of 3. Prediction looking pretty good at the moment. Unfortunately, they lost that game, 16-14 on the third map of Inferno, the decider. Against Ents, who played pretty well, really. I didn't... Oh, I saw... Yeah, this is pretty tragic for Rez. He just gets it. I remember that watching. He just whiffs and then just continues the spray rather than trying to adjust. So yeah, it's pretty unlucky. Well, not unlucky, just I think Rez is a really good player, so next I just gets deleted there. Come on, NiKo. Still 6 frags. You can do it. Nice. Catches Nork with the AWP there. That was a good peek. Like, that corner there is a common spot. And like he pre-aimed with the AWP like pretty efficiently. Oh, they do end up buying this round. I thought they might. This is the kind of stuff I was meaning with the ability to change it up. Like you can do these types of plays because he's so good, obviously. You don't be the #1 rifler by accident. And so you can still do these aggressive plays and these setups with the rifles. And you can show different looks to the Ts. You don't always have to have the same default setup, open window, 2A, 2B. Three v one. Hunter and Nexa this time. Getting aggressive. NiKo just holding the window. That's really unfortunate. 4v4 against pistols and now 2v4. Let's see if NiKo spots him here. No. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to how this group plays out. Because I mean, the first group, if there's anything to go by, had quite a few upsets. I mean, Big, I think only won one map and one match against Complexity and lost to everyone else. So they were probably the favourites to go number one in the group. And OG didn't make it either, so it was just Complexity. And then Heroic and Fun Plus Phoenix actually made it through. So this group is a little more stacked in my opinion, with FaZe, Vitality, NiP, G2, Mouse, and Ents. Mouse and Ents probably the two weaker teams, but the other four, they're all pretty good. But they're all kind of had roster changes, so I mean, it seems like every team is having roster changes. So like I said, G2 no Kenny anymore. FaZe are adding in Twists and Kerrigan. Team Vitality, they've lost Nivera. And Apex has been out of the team, but now he's back in. Ninjas, I guess you could say they added ZTR at the start of the start of the year for the Blast. We only caught the end of that ace, but it was a nice hold by Nexa on short. So yeah, I'm really I mean, it's definitely possible for GT to make it through. You only have to be top 3 of 6. And while that's another, that looked quite right on him. I don't know how that's a whiff, but he whiffed. So The double unders setup doesn't end well. I don't think that was on purpose. I don't even know what... Like, what was he trying to smoke there? Ladder, maybe? I don't know. Two v two. The retake 2v1. Just Nork with the AWP. Taps the bomb. Mollies the bomb. I know he's not on it. Hunter's gonna get him. Like I can oh, that's a nice peek. Yeah, I can imagine maybe NiKo's getting quite frustrated because he's not really, like, he's whiffed a few shots, but he still seems to be playing pretty well. Like good decision making, good utility. Apart from like a nice clutch attempt in round 30 where it was the 2v4 and he had the M4. You saw the blood, so pretty easy. Can they do it? G2, another map point. Spoiler alert, no they can't. It goes to double OT. Yeah, I can imagine probably he's getting a bit tilted with the... What do we... 36 rounds. And he's got 13 kills. Kinda gets wrecked there. I'm just gonna run into a bunch of people on the... Yeah, a bunch of people on the A side. Nice shot there. Get onto NiKo, the AWP. Yeah, I think my prediction of NiKo tilted is correct. Buying the Krieg. Setting up the fake on B, but Z here just mows them down. I mean, a few constellation frags, he needs them at this point, so... But yeah, there's no way he's gonna win the round. Doesn't even matter about the economic damage because it's 16k OT. Yeah, I'm not sure why he waited so long there. He definitely could have got a timing onto Rez walking out the A ramp when his team was coming up connector, but for whatever reason he just decided, like he was slowly walking up and then just decided not to peek in the end. Oh, I remember this round. Let's watch JaCkz. So, I don't know how he gets 2 here, but he does. So he was gonna drop a nade or something, just had to quick switch and jump, and somehow still gets 2. Full blind. And he actually hits that too. Leg though. Whiff. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So I think 4 of them try to jump through that con smoke, flash and jump through. And somehow JaCkz gets 2, even though they caught pretty good timing. Oh my god. Oh, and he misses as well. Hunter on the big flank. And that's it. GG. Hmm. Yeah, interesting. I mean, like, not a good game. Overall, not a good series. But the rest of the team played well. And they won 2-0. And Nip, not a terrible team, so yeah. I think I think given time, I think it'll work out. So if they stick with it, I don't see it as a terrible decision. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll catch you in the next video.